Greetings of the day. Hi folks, are you aware what is an act, law or bill is? Or what happens when you break traffic rules? Or what happens when someone is driving in the wrong lane? An act is a law which is defined as an assemblage of rules and regulations that are indispensable and must be followed. An act is a decree that is approved by the respective legislature, that is, in India's case, the State Legislative Assembly or Parliament of India. Law holds its single purview over the larger picture. So, the Government of India has till date introduced many acts, out of which POCSO Act is one among them, which is considered as an important act in Indian subcontinent. Now, the question arises, what is POCSO, or what is even the full form of POCSO? POCSO refers to protection of children from sexual offences. Therefore, if we break it down in the most simplified form, POCSO is the protection, the action of protecting, or the state of being protected. Children. Under POCSO, child means any person below the age of 18 years. And sexual offences? A sexual offence happens when someone else inappropriately meddles with your physical body. This can include when someone purposely touches your privates or engages in sexual activity with you or without your knowledge or consent. So folks, in order to understand the various sexual offences, it's vital to understand and differentiate between good touch and bad touch. The concept of good touch and bad touch is fundamental for children under 18 years old, as it helps them to understand boundaries, consent, and personal safety. Good touch encompasses physical contact that is positive, consensual, and respectful, such as hugs, handshakes, or high fives exchanged with friends, family members, or trusted adults. It fosters feelings of security, affection, and trust in relationship. Conversely, bad touch refers to any physical contact that feels uncomfortable, invasive, or inappropriate, such as unwanted touching, groping, or sexual advances. It is essential for the children to recognize and differentiate between the two to protect themselves from potential harm and abuse. Teaching children about good and bad touch empowers them to assert their boundaries, speak up if they feel uncomfortable, and seek help from the trusted adult. So, how do you deal with this issue? Parents, caregivers, and educators play a crucial role here. It is to facilitate these conversations and create a safe environment where children feel comfortable discussing sensitive topics. By providing age-appropriate education and guidance, children can develop the confidence and skills needed to navigate social interactions and protect their physical and emotional well-being. Children are an important marginalized groups who frequently suffer from various types of exploitation, the most of which is sexual exploitation. As a result, they are marginalized not only in terms of access to basic human needs, but also in terms of freely expressing their opinions and having them properly accepted on issues that are important to them. Situated thus, let us learn more about essentials of POCSO Act and what are the provisions available according to the law dealing with it. The POCSO Act 2012 is a comprehensive law to provide for the protection of children from the offences of sexual assault, sexual harassment, and pornography, which safeguarding the interest of the child at a very stage of the judicial process by incorporating child-friendly mechanisms. Children, according to the Act, are individuals aged below 18 years. The Act is gender neutral. Different forms of sexual abuse, including but not limited to sexual harassment, pornography, penetrative and non-penetrative assault, are defined in the Act. Sexual assault is deemed to be aggravated under certain circumstances, such as when the child is mentally ill. Also, when the abuse is committed by the person in a position of a trust, such as a doctor, teacher, policeman, family member, at all. The Act stipulates that such steps must be taken which makes the investigation process as child-friendly as possible, and the case is disposed of within 1 year from the date of reporting of the offence. The Act provides for the establishment of special courts for the trial of such offences and matters related to it. So, Folks, if you are a victim of sexual abuse and below the age of 18 years, you have a right to seek justice under the provisions of Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act 2012, which is also known as POCSO Act, for offences of sexual assault, sexual harassment, and pornography. Now let us look at certain important essentials to remember. Number one, false complaint of child sexual offence with the intention to humiliate, extort, or threaten or defame someone will get punishment. Point number two, not reporting information on sexual offences is now punishable. And lastly, giving information about occurrences of sexual offences in good faith will not incur in liability. Let us look at a quickly what are the means of legal remedies available when it comes to POCSO. Act 1. A police complaint. If you are produced before a child welfare committee, they will refer you to the police when it comes to a child victim, anyone under age of 18. Secondly, of a sexual offence, the police are required to adhere to certain procedural standards as stipulated by the POCSO Act, which went into effect on November 14, 2012. The POCSO Act has also assigned the police a major responsibility to ensure that the child-friendly protocols are followed too. In addition to that, if the police neglect to carry out their obligations under the Act, they will also be held liable. For instance, a police officer may face jail time and a fine if they neglect to file a complaint. So folks, now we are going to discuss an important organizations and how they play a vital role in ensuring your safety and well-being. Have you ever heard of Child Welfare Committee or State Commission for Protection of Child Rights? These are dedicated group of adults who work tirelessly to ensure that the children are protected and cared for. One significant law that abide by is the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act, which is POCSO, all the while that which we have been discussing. This act is specifically designed to safeguard children from any form of harm or discomfort, particularly in situations that are inappropriate or harmful. It's essential for you to understand that if anyone ever makes you feel uncomfortable or scared, you can confide in a trusted adult, such as a parent, a teacher, or a member of a child welfare committee or a state commission. They are trained to listen to you, provide support, and take necessary actions to ensure your safety. Please remember, your safety is important of all, and there are people and laws in place to protect you. Don't hesitate to reach out if you ever need any assistance or guidance. The helpline number for which is 1098. Remember, if you ever feel uncomfortable and scared, you can confide in trusted adults or reach out to helplines like 1098. Your safety and well-being are paramount. It's essential to recognize and assert your boundaries, understand the concept of good touch and bad touch, and also know that there are laws and organizations to place to protect you. Stay safe and don't hesitate to seek protection and safeguards. Thank you.